and now have a look at the front page of the Daily Telegraph newspaper, because there is a growing scandal in New South Wales at the moment. We have seen the scandal involving the Labor Party and political donations, bags of cash and all of those allegations that we've seen at the ICAC. But this is becoming a growing problem for the Liberal Party now in New South Wales with these revelations that we've seen in the Daily Telegraph. This story, Road to Riches, is the headline, the Sidoti scandal, and it says John Sidoti was Parliamentary Secretary for Transport when the department was designing specifications for a new access road to his Rouse Hill landholding, paving the way for approval for a $70 million redevelopment. Now, Terry, of course, this comes after the revelations we saw yesterday in the Daily Telegraph that his business partner had made a donation that is not allowed in New South Wales, that was at a function that he had hosted. This really is starting to have a real smell about it for the Liberal Party in New South Wales, I'd have to say.
Well, yes, Matt, I guess you could say that. And I really don't want to comment too much because I'm not really across the story. But it does seem to me that I'll just simply say this, that while Labor, New South Wales Labor is struggling in ICAC to actually show that it has a sense of honour and decency in terms of the way it's been running itself, it's just interesting that this story is broken out on the Liberal side. It's almost like it's being fed as a distraction. But again, I'm not across the full detail, I'm certainly not across the facts, so I don't really want to comment further than that.
Well, it might be a good point that you make, Terry, because the Labor Party is very good and its dirt units are very good at getting timely information out when they need to. But that doesn't take away from, I think, what are some pretty serious allegations that the Liberal Party now in New South Wales is facing. But, Daniel, what about this issue of political donations? Because we're seeing issues with it in New South Wales. We've seen issues with it in other states as well. Right here in the Northern Territory, we're dealing with it at the moment. Do you think there needs to be a rethink about the way money is donated to political parties?
Well, absolutely. And as somebody who lived in New South Wales for 15 years, they just do scandal better than anybody. Even like we're too silly in Queensland to do it properly, but down in New South Wales, they do it very well. Look, but the broader point you make is the correct one. It's like, really, do you go for political donations or do you actually, taxpayer fund political parties, via distribution at the end of each election? And that's really an extension of what the AEC does. The argument probably is it is actually overdue to actually have that debate and discussion. Simply put, when you have a perception of political favours or that you can be bought or owned or captured, it ultimately undermines democracy in a broader sense. So I'm probably more in favour for actually funding political parties to at least start to remove some of the stain, particularly around, like we've seen, for example, if there's somebody of an unsavoury character who donates to a political party, they seem to be getting patronage, which is, again, it just undermines what democracy is all about.